World Cup final. How many minutes we got? Half an hour to go. Just under. Okay. Hello, people. It's final time. England will win this by a single point. Believe it or not, I think that's my Super Brew pick. Mark, good morning, man. Good evening from New Zealand. Love rugby. Let's go. Isaac. Hey. What's up? Hey, Ducks. How you guys feeling? I feel like this day has gone by very slowly. Forward is God. Let's hope he has a good game. It's going to be a good game. Let's go South Africa. All you South African guys are up. Hi, Mark. Hi. It was Jonathan. John was getting me confused. Yeah, John. I think they'll win by 7, says Mark. Okay. Still can't believe how bad Wales were yesterday. Was that what that was going to say? Come on, England. This week has been a roller coaster of emotions. Top of the morning from Ireland. Hey, man. Matthew, hi. Let's go, England. Look how bad Wales were yesterday, says Joel. Yeah. Injuries, much changed lineup. All Blacks on the bounce back. Lots of factors, I guess, man. Just the defense to let them down. But you did get to see Anton Leonard-Brown's backside, so that game was worth watching if you're into seeing guys get... That happens every now and again, rugby. Anyway, showed my wife the tweet, which was like all over Twitter. Told me to turn it off. England by a minimum of 20. Jeez, I think I looked up like what the most anyone's ever won a World Cup final by. I think it was it like Australia, France or something? It was like 20 odd points. So that'd be almost kind of history equaling or making. It's not starting for another 25 minutes. Yeah, early today. Go South Africa all the way from Sweden. Interesting where the neutrals are falling for this one, eh? Like Scotland's Twitter put out a thing to say, like, we're backing England for this game. But, like, normal service resumes in, February for the Six Nations. So, interesting reading that feed on Twitter. A lot of the Scottish fans were like, hey, no, I don't agree with that. But other people were saying, yeah, home nations need to stick together. So, interesting. Gonna miss the Rugby World Cup. I know, man. It's such a bittersweet moment. Mum and Dad not joining us today. No. A bit late is what they decided for not watching New Zealand, I guess. Tonga beat Australia in the league, did they? I did not see that at all. After the World Cup, everything will seem so dull. Yeah, there's a wee bit of a break until we get back into the rugby, although it's only a couple of weeks before the Champions Cup starts. So that's cool. What am I drinking? I've got 2 beers left from the box, the third box of Heinekens that I got. It's a Samoa and an Ireland. Those are the 2 beers that I had the most of. The first box was like a 24-pack, and it was just like half Samoa. And then like the third box I bought was a 12-pack, and that was like maybe 8 Irelands. So, yeah. The hubris of some England supporters. Most of them have been really good, to be honest. There were a few who showed up in the comments post the All Blacks victory, but I reckon, like most fans of most countries, generally the majority are good. There's just a few loudmouths who kind of spoil it for everybody. Game of respect. Should have played Ben Smith in the semi instead of Sever Reese. Yeah, but I guess, I mean, to be fair, Ben Smith was out of form before the World Cup, so just remember Eddie Jones knows how to beat South Africa. The opening game of the last World Cup proves that. Yeah, I suppose. He's got a South African connection, doesn't he? With the 2007 squad, and then he was going to coach the Stormers before he got the England job. So, yep. All Blacks had so many unexperienced players against England. That's true, but I guess they were back in the youth to get it done. John says he'll have nothing to do when the World Cup ends. Bro, I'll be filling the gaps. There'll be rugby content. Fear not. There will be rugby content. It's not going to be World Cup content, but yeah. Well, there might be a little bit of World Cup content to finish off, but yeah. Morning. Who am I backing in the final? Oh, Wallace is a South African living in London. No wonder. No wonder. When is the Wales Barbarians game? That's actually a good question. I remember thinking about that the other day, but I've been so focused on the World Cup. Sorry, I know that's a Googleable question, but I figure while I'm here. Who am I backing in the final? Like, I think I said this last night, I really don't mind at the end of the day, but like in my mind's eye, in my heart of hearts, if I can picture a preference between Farrell or Khaleesi picking up the trophy, and I talked to my mum about this yesterday as well, because they did this bit on Khaleesi that talked about like his upbringing. He was really poor and he worked hard and he got a scholarship and then worked his way up through the ranks. It'd be pretty cool to see that guy lift the trophy, right? He's a hard guy to dislike because he always says positive stuff. He smashes people in ruck time. So, yeah. But again, I don't mind. Will I be covering Champions Cup? Definitely, Mark. Definitely. I've actually ordered a couple of jerseys to boost my ranks there. December for the Barbars game, is it? Morning, Mark from USA. Back in the box. Cannot support England if you're Welsh. That's such a question now. I was just talking earlier about the Scottish Twitter team, social media team is backing England. Should you be backing England, being that they're geographically closer and more well-connected? 30th of November. 20th of November. Okay. I'll see who's broadcasting it. If I can watch it, I should do something on it. Just depends if anyone's got the rights to it here. Kiwi watching from Bangkok. Awesome, bro. Hope the weather is good over there. Cheslin Colby will score the first try. 16th of November is Barbarians, Fiji. Okay. South Africa like to pick the cup up every 12 years. That's also a thing, Isaac. I can't help but wonder if like no try scorer is one of the favored options in the betting today. History between the countries makes it difficult. Yeah, I suppose so. I do feel that as well. I'm supporting England and I'm Irish, says Mark. Yeah, I mean, I can see loads of reasons to support both countries, no matter where you're from, to be fair. Favorite rugby channel knows so much about the game. You're not talking about me, right? You must be talking about Squidge. Being South African, I'd rather lose to the All Blacks than the English. Really? Supporting the box from Joburg. Very nice. Yeah, people talk about never hearing the end of it from like the English media. That is kind of true. But I can speak from experience that the New Zealand media can be equally awful. Like the 2017 Lions tour, it was basically the New Zealand media was just on a campaign to say how hopeless Gatland was and the fact that the All Blacks were just going to trash them like they did 12 years before. So they talk a bunch of nonsense as well. John, 16th of November. So is that Baba's Fiji or is that Baba's Wales? I should just Google it, shouldn't I? Supporting South Africa from Whakatane. My mum is originally from Whakatane, so got a bit of a connection there. 100% pro Kiwi media is shocking. Yeah, they get a bit disrespectful, man. It's a bit frustrating to watch at times. No one likes to lose to England. Again, I think that's their media, which, like, sometimes you hear, like, if you actually watch some of the English guys talk, the players, they're actually pretty likable. Eddie Jones has the tendency to rub people up the wrong way. But apart from the English media, and as I said, that's not limited to the English media, I think they're not too bad. Do you think South Africa will get their first World Cup try or concede one? Hopefully both, man. Hopefully we get a bit of to and fro, but we will see. Okay, 16th of November is Fiji. G-Man is live from a bar. Didn't he run out of mobile data last time he did that? Bok fan feeling really nervous. I believe we can do it. Tonga has just beaten Australian Rugby League at Eden Park. Yeah, someone else mentioned that. It's funny because we were driving earlier this morning and my wife said, man, what's up with all the Tongan flags? I was like, yeah, Rugby League's on. You're a legendary YouTuber. I wish, man. I'm a small YouTuber who makes lots of videos. I think England might be sore after the All Blacks game. Then again, I think that England have had an extra day's rest, so that could be a factor as well. I need South Africa to win. My girlfriend's dad is English. If they win, I'll never hear the end of it. Never hearing the end of it does seem to be a common theme, doesn't it? I don't think we will see many tries tonight. No, I would pretty much put the mortgage on there being fewer than last night. I'm neutral. It's just don't think we would ever hear the end of if England won. You're the third person to say that. I don't know. I feel like it's mostly the media and the pundits. That's true. Not a small YouTuber. Well, yeah, I'm like 6'4", so I guess physically I'm not too small. In the scheme of things, though. But I try my best. G-Man's already sunk a box probably on a second. Okay. Well, if there's a time to do it, man, Rugby World Cup final, how often does it happen? Eden Park is filled with Tongan flags. Yeah, we drove down, was it like Penrose? And Tongan flags were everywhere. If there was a media blackout, I would support England. Nice logic. Bye, back when the game starts. All right, see you in a bit. Hi from Panama. Nice to have you back. Tonga's league team has beaten the best team in the world and the Kangaroos. Yeah, league doesn't have as many teams that are that kind of top level, but it still seems pretty tight between those top teams. Favorite South African player and favorite England player? I think my favorite England player is probably Johnny May, because that guy's just lightning and very exciting to watch. Otherwise, I might have to go for Curry because he's a tackling machine. South African player, it's Colby. So I like wingers, man. How ridiculous is that? Where's the I like a hardworking prop who doesn't score any tries kind of thing? Watching from Taranaki, nice. From Pretoria, nice. You guys must be excited. Us English really hate our press too. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a common thing. The English guys get sick of their press. In New Zealand, we get sick of our media. The press just needs to do a better job. G-Man went to his local bar because the bar is sponsoring his channel today. Oh, that's awesome. I hope he has free Wi-Fi at the bar. Who do you think is going to be the next All Blacks coach? It seems like it'll be Rennie Foster, maybe Scott Robertson interviewing. It'll be interesting. I hope the Box win today. Even my wife and daughter are watching rugby and they don't know anything about rugby. That's what you like to see. I guess that's the attraction of the World Cup. It can get people watching who just don't have any interest in the game. So, yeah. Ben Youngs need to step up. Cape Town, nice. Can't wait for Johnny Wilkinson to score a try. Yeah, wrong World Cup, but there's a Johnny on the team. England has to win. All the hype about the game is mixed with Brexit, and the election is infuriating in England. Yeah, I haven't been following the Brexit election thing with much notice. It's on the news every now and again, but it's a story that's been going so long, and it must be 10 times worse for you guys actually living there. Johnny May once thought he was a chicken. How does that work? Is that a hypnotism thing? What's my prediction? I did say earlier in the stream that if I had to pick, like to see Khaleesi or Farrell lifting the trophy, I would have picked Khaleesi. But in Super Bro, I've picked England by 1. So, as always, it's tough. Are they playing yet? No, not for another 12 minutes. This one really goes either way, man. I wonder if England will fall victim to the comeback, as they quite often do. Well, they didn't last week. I was waiting for it and waiting because England fall to the comeback. New Zealand, great at the comeback, but it just didn't eventuate. South African watching in Okinawa. Oh, man, I hope the weather is good there as well. Do you turn into Superman when you remove your glasses? No, I just can't see very well. I can see, I just can't read. England 41, South Africa 20. Geez, that'll be a high-scoring one. I can't see it going that high. Going to be some solid hits in this game. Yes, I would say there'll be more huge hits than there will be tries. Chris Seo is getting behind South Africa. Who do you think is going to win? How many points? If either side gets above 20, I'll be impressed. I can imagine a lot of points coming from Pollard and either Farrell or Ford, depending on who's doing the kicking. Weather is great, but humid. Okay, that sounds like what I've heard about Okinawa anyway. South Africa 12, England 9, says Ruben. That sounds pretty reasonable. Perfect day for a bike ride today. I wish I owned a bike. I did take my son, and my son has a scooter, so I ran next to him as he rode along a scooter, making sure he didn't get hit by any cars coming out of driveways. So, yep. 10 minutes to go. Indeed. There's nothing quite like when your team is playing in the final. I remember that feeling from 2011. I was in a bar in China with an Aussie guy, very nervous, and that game was not good for anybody's blood pressure. And 2015 was here, and not quite as tense, but that was an entertaining game, 2015. talking about England. If England wins today, it'll get 10 wins worse for the other nations in the UK than Brexit. Mana Tuilangi, he will probably have a big game. Box need to lose a final. They haven't done it yet. Key players for each team. There's so many. I mean, the two young Lucy's, Curry and Underhill for England have been absolutely essential. But Itoje at line-out time has been very, very influential as well. For the Box, I think their midfield's come pretty good. So, yep. 100% chance someone goes streaking on the field today. Do you reckon? The Japanese seem to take the streaking thing pretty seriously. Thank you for taking the time to provide the commentary. That's all good, Rebecca. It's been quite the few weeks, hasn't it? Show the game, bro. Nah, bro, I'm not World Rugby. I don't have the rights to it. That's a good way to get your channel banned. If England get it wide, I don't see South African defence holding. I don't know. Has anyone beaten 3 of the Southern Hemisphere teams in the World Cup final before? I'm not sure, man. I wouldn't imagine so. You're so funny that you are gone. England won the coin toss. Maybe that's a good start. Go England from a Kiwi. I remember your channel at the beginning. Yeah. All the players are coming out. Beginning of the channel was just Super Rugby. So nervous. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. The English guys are coming out in their tracksuits on. I took South Africa by 9 points because South Africa are our biggest rivals. However, England are the enemy. Great content. Keep up the good work, Mark. Really enjoyed the World Cup journey. Yeah, man, I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't take those 3 weeks off from my regular job, eh? It was just so many games, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Ruben. Cheers, man. Here we go. The World Cup flew by. It did, bro. I had 3 weeks off from work, and honestly, it was just over before you know it. All right, Ruben. Crack open the first one. It's the Ireland one. Cheers, man. Let's get going. You must have watched them all. Jeez, that's commitment, man. I appreciate that, though. The last time we won, 2003, my son was 1 day old. Last night, he came back from his friends drunk and in trouble. It's nearly 60-year-old. Surely an omen. Damn, that's scary when you think about it. 1 day old, and now he's some kid coming back home drunk. Jeez. Sad to see the All Blacks lose, but a third World Cup would have been sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. That's hard. I mean, you obviously want your team to always win, but even I can see it and go, it's going to be nice for the game to see somebody else win. Because when I'm watching Super Rugby, I'm like, those bloody Crusaders just keep winning it. So I can understand the people who are like, thank God the All Blacks aren't going to win it again. So I kind of get it, man. I've seen all the games, but had to see some recording due to work. Yeah, I know that feeling, man. I was lucky to see all of these ones live, but a lot of other tournaments I have to watch delayed. Sit back and enjoy the game when your team is not playing. Indeed. That Irish beer is slightly bitter. Yeah, it felt like an omen when I opened that box right before the playoffs or the knockout stages, and there were so many Irelands. I was like, maybe it's a sign that Ireland is. No, it wasn't, unfortunately. Sneyman is such a beast. That name's taken. But yes, you're right. Yes, I hate it as well. The damn Satyrs. Yep. It's refreshing but sucks at the same time. Yeah, so it's kind of a you take solace in the fact that it's going to be good for the game, if not good for your team. So, yeah. They're doing the English anthem. The microphone is close enough to the players that you can hear them singing. And, well, I guess these guys aren't on the pitch for their singing skills, hey? Nice neutral jersey. Well, yep, it's Japan. Figured I better go with that. I do have England in the background there alongside South Africa, so keeping it down the middle for this one. They exported all the beer from Ireland because the game's on at the wrong time. Good morning. Good morning. Totally sucks we couldn't stay on top forever. Yeah, and Steve Hansen said that basically both these teams have beaten New Zealand in recent times, so that everyone's caught up and maybe New Zealand is chasing at the moment. No team has ever won the World Cup without being undefeated. South Africa could set that record. You're correct, man. Also, no team has won the Rugby Championship and won a Rugby World Cup, so that could change in this one. Oh, Vladimir. Come on, box. Yeah, man. Come on, rugby, but let's hope these guys do well. Why am I getting an email this time? Ah. But yeah, cheers for that, Vladimir. I hope you enjoy the game, man. It should be a cracker. All us Irish are supporting South Africa this morning. I don't know, man. Mark's in the chat, and he said he's supporting England, so we'll see. It's 2 a.m. in California. I'm so tired, but I want to watch this. Damn, that's commitment, but I know that feeling. No one's ever won the Cricket World Cup and the Rugby World Cup in the same year. That's an interesting stat. Quick predictions. My Super Bowl, I picked England by 1, so about as sitting on the fence as you can get. But there it is. How weird is it not seeing a haka at a World Cup final? Webb Ellis has to come back to the Northern Hemisphere. It's been a while. It has been a while. Vermeulen's looking cool, calm, and collected. I am watching this on the TV tonight, guys, rather than on the stream from Spark. So I will unlikely be behind you guys. I'll probably be either ahead or at the same time. Hopefully at the same time. I'll let you know when it kicks off so you guys can gauge where we're at. Hopefully the ref is not busy in this one, guys. If nothing else, that's the one thing I wish for in this game. You're on Spark Sport, man. Okay, you might be behind me for this one. We'll see. So nervous you feel like you're going to cry. Fireworks, and the game is kicking off now. That's where I'm at. We're watching the Rugby World Cup final, guys. How does that feel? Damn. I can hear Swing Low Sweet Chariot in the background, but South Africa have just won a penalty. That only took 46 seconds. Have a cry, mate. It's all good. Really shot at goal. How many meters is this? I missed it. It's fairly long. The crowd's gone pretty quiet, which is always nice to see. Oh, he's missed it. Whiteboard. No, not yet, man. No whiteboard. He missed it. Yeah, he would have normally got that. A bit of pressure. First high ball for Ford to take, and he does it nice. I'm feeling like a bit of a stunned mullet at the moment. Both sides are kind of... Oh, who's that down? Jesus, no. Not already, please, no. Yeah, it does look like Sinclair, eh? He looks out cold. God damn. What happened? What? Was that Atoje's elbow? No, that camera angle is not going to do it. They're both tackling Mapimpi. Oh, man, that's terrible. Yeah, thank you, Jasmine. I bumped it earlier. That's exactly what I mean. Apart from a red card, somebody getting bloody injured in the first couple of minutes is terrible. I mean, like, yeah, you hope he's all right, but geez, that's terrible. He's had such a good World Cup as well with those like soft hands of his. G-Man is far too ahead on his stream. Is that right? Imagine sleeping during the final. Hey, you might wake up and be a World Cup winner. You never know. This could change the game, Emma. Either way, whatever happens, it's a big. I mean, there's no way he's coming back, even if he gets up and walks, which he's not like doing. Far out, he hasn't moved. That's very worrying. But even if he gets up, like, he's gone. Don't even go with the HIA because he is gone. Yeah, Eddie, he's got a bit of a poker face, but even he looks a bit disconcerted with that. No chance he'd pass. Exactly, man. He's gone. He's out like a light. Yeah, front row is going to have to play pretty much 80 minutes. No HA. He was unconscious. Yeah, man. Like, sometimes you see them, they get hit and they hit the ground, they're out, and then they kind of spurt back into life. But he is gone. That's terrible. You don't want to see that happen to anyone, no matter what team you're following. They've stopped showing replays of it. They showed it twice from two different angles, and that was it. I guess it's that bad of look. Oh, okay, at least he's sitting up. He's talking. That's good news. But, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he is awake. But that's it. Under no circumstances should he return, no matter what condition he's feeling, honestly. That's a health thing. You know, when people get concussed in quick succession, that's when really bad things start happening. But that's such a pity for him. But, I mean, at least he's up, he's walking. He still looks groggy, but, yeah. If he stays on World Rugby and not serious about concussion, yeah, there's no way you could get him back. No way. That would be a farce if it happened. Wow. And then the Springboks won a scrum penalty. Or at least advantage. I'm surprised they didn't just want to take the shot straight away. Oh, LaRue's pass to Colby was so low, but he still managed to keep a hold of it. How long is this advantage going to go for? That's a good question. man. Just saw a replay. Ouch, indeed. It looked pretty bad. Oh, the advantage is done. Good turnover from England. They needed that. Whoa, what is going on? They're just trying to clean it. This is not the time to be throwing it around like that. It's a World Cup final. Jeez, what's going on? These guys do know this is the final, not the bronze final, right? That's more like it. Pollard with the big up and under. He chases through. He won it. Jeez. Okay. I thought this game was going to be slow, and anyway, it's not. I hope you're watching because it's good. I haven't even had a chance to write a note because the bloody action won't stop. But LaRue's just knocked it on. Okay. Good Lord. Okay. These guys have come to play. Jax, that is very true. This has been a pretty intense start to the game. Do you think Jamie Joseph will get an AB's interview? I mean, I hope so. The guy's done a pretty good job with the Highlanders, then with Japan, but I feel like he would still be an outsider. Pockies have definitely changed the game plan. Yeah, maybe Rassi was lulling people into a bit of a false sense of security when he was saying we have to play this way, we have to keep it conservative, maybe in the next few years we'll be able to get it more expensive. Maybe he was don't know. My guy friend is 165 centimeters, 70 kgs, and wants to start playing rugby because of this World Cup. What should I tell him? Maybe halfback's a good choice. I don't know how heavy Cheslin Colby is, but he's not that big. But yeah, number 9 is probably his preferred position. LaRue added again with the handling error. Well, he did have a line break before that, so easy come, easy go. Scrum half, yes, that's the one. If rugby was a big man's game, Samuel would win everything. That's one thing I love about rugby, man, is there are little guys, there are big guys, tall guys, kind of like, you don't want to say fat, but like pretty stocky guys. So there's kind of a position for every body shape. That being said, even some of the South Africa have just won another breakdown penalty right out in front. Yeah, even some of the number 9s these days are like 6 foot tall. Let's see this replay. Big tackle on Farrell. There was 2 men over the ball. Is that Khaleesi and Vermeulen? Looks like it. Opinion on the bronze final? Yeah, it kind of lived up to what a lot of those bronze finals are. It was pretty open. New Zealand bounced back as expected. Wales with a few changes. First blood to South Africa with a penalty to Pollard. Jonah was 6'4". Believe it or not, my doctor, family doctor, when I was a kid, and that guy was old when I was a kid. He's probably passed away now, but he was also Jonah Lomu's doctor as well. And yeah, he had a mark on the wall where he was as like a teenager, and it was pretty bloody big. So yeah, like 6'4", I think, which is what I ended up being. Every time you mention Khaleesi, I'm expecting the mother of Jerkins to come up and burn the English team. I never saw the Khaleesi connection. Oh, what a loose pass there. Man, England have not looked good in the first 10. They've had a couple of breakdown penalties, a scrum penalty. They've had a guy go off, basically knocked out, and now Ben Youngs has just thrown the ball into touch. That's the opposite of last week. England need to calm down. Indeed. Oh, I thought Itoje got a turnover, but nope. Ah, Colby's knocked it on. Seem to be on the same time as the UK. Yeah, once it's on TV, it's actually the same time. It's only when I stream it that it gets tough. Oh, Elizabeth was playing with that on the ground. That was a bad decision. Yeah, I think Elizabeth probably had to let that go, but he didn't quite let it go. What am I writing? That Itoje was denied a turnover and that Elizabeth didn't release the ball. I don't know if I'll mention it, but I like to have it written down because otherwise I'll forget. Almost 13 minutes gone. 3-0. We are about to pack down a scrum. Box have their defense in top form just like against Wales. So far, it's been very good, man. You'd give the first 15 minutes to South Africa for sure. But only 3 points to show for it thus far, so it is still anyone's game. Weird fact and trivia question. England have appeared in only one bronze medal match. Which team has appeared in the most? I know the All Blacks have lost a few semis. I miss it. Line out time. It's not like England of last week. Are you watching a Wonder on Spark? I'm on 1 today, bro. It is free to air on the telly, so I'm going with the telly. It's 5:22 a.m. where you are in Montreal. Too early for a beer. I don't think so. That's still kind of the night before, isn't it? New Zealand 4, France 3, Wales 3. Yeah, I had a feeling New Zealand have lost a few semis, man. Despite getting to some finals, when we go out, it's usually in the semis if we don't make the final. We only lost the one final. Never too early for a beer. As long as you're not driving a bus. Yeah, drinking and driving is generally not a good idea. But otherwise, have a beer, man. Rocking the Japan shirt. Yeah, it's Japanese World Cup final game. Keep it neutral. It's the connection, so I thought it was a good fit. And my kids got me up so early this morning. My eyes are feeling the time. But so far, this game has been pretty good at keeping us awake, which is good. What a final should be. It's like 10:30. Another penalty at the scrum. What is the penalty count at the moment? I almost hate to look. Let's have a look, though. Uh-oh, I didn't make touch. How old are the kids? Jesus, they are 1 and 3, almost 4. So still not in the habit of sleeping in. Box need to turn the points and the center points. Yes, I agree, absolutely. If you're going to have all this pressure, eventually you need to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Otherwise, it's kind of all for naught. The opposition can just go down the end and get one score and be back in front. Yeah, the stats right now are not pretty reading for England. 23% territory. Ooh. Good mark from May. Penalties conceded 3-0. That doesn't include advantages, I guess. Ooh. Offside? Oh, block. Okay. I thought it was offside, but oh well. Secretly, I want South Africa to win because of the Southern Hemisphere. I mean, there's definitely that connection. I know the South African players more than I do the England players. That's just Super Rugby connection for sure. That's a fact. You can't deny that. England are actually, with their first penalty, attacking the South Africans in their own 22. So this is the first proper test of the Springboks and the English, to be fair, of their attack. Man, 5 o'clock on Billy Vunipola. Damn, that guy's fearless. Hey, Ricardo. Oh, man, Mbonambi's down now. But the match has not stopped. They stopped it when Sinclair was down because he was out cold. But Mbonambi's kind of just taken a knee, so they're not stopping the game. So essentially, England have got an extra man at the moment. Oh, they're giving away a penalty. I think somebody raked it back. England is indeed applying the pressure now, for sure. Jonah Lomu, yeah. I think he was, I mean, I'm sure it's Googleable how big he was. Oh, knee to the head for Mbonambi. Jeez. He needs to have an HIA. Surely. Yeah, he needs to go off. The commentators here are saying that he didn't want to go off. Come on, man. You just got a knee to the head and we're prone on the ground. You need to go off. England are getting into the game, that's for sure. Marks isn't a bad sub, indeed. I can think of worse guys to bring on than Malcolm Marks. Any missed tackles from the South Africans? Let's check the stats, seeing as the game has stopped as Diaka is getting attended to. ESPN says, that needs to be updated because the time is right. 21 minutes. England have made 25 out of 27. South Africa have made 31 out of 34. So both in the 90s. He's done dislocation. Is that right? They've still got the clock stopped. Farrell's having to wait an age to take this kick. Wake me up when Farrell takes the kick. Yeah, they're not rushing this long. All right, time on.
Time back on with 21:40 gone in the World Cup final. Farrell. 89 career Rugby World Cup points.
You'd think for him this is a sitter. It's that close. Well, there's a bit of an angle, but still, he's a very good kicker. Over. Whiteboard update is on the way. Craig says, for the Irish beer. Bitter, of course. Bitter indeed, man. But, yep, that was just kind of the way that one played out. But cheers, Craig. I actually met a girl at work the other day, Craig, who's I met her for the first time, but she's Scottish, and she's one of the new HR girls, and she went to Japan for the Rugby World Cup and was pretty gutted they didn't get out the pool. Greetings from South Africa. Greetings, man. Called this game would be low scoring and decided on errors. To be fair, the first 10 minutes seemed very kind of flashy and expensive. And then it's kind of settling back down now. And South Africa have just won another penalty at scrum time. They're spinning it wide, Mapumpi, but the pass is forward. Fair play to her, indeed. Committed fan, just didn't get the result she wanted. Troll alert. Yeah, I see that. Thank you. They're going to have to sort the scrum out. Indeed, that could be costly. Dan Cole loves to give penalties. I certainly wouldn't have been in Eddie's plan to play him for 80 minutes. Well, 78. For him from Nebraska. Man, it's commitment, bro. But yes, you're welcome. I appreciate having you along. Score is ticking along now. That's 6 points in less than 6 minutes. Have some mods. Yeah, I probably should get some mods, shouldn't I, to help with the spam. That Japanese howl before we kick off, what is it? I'm not actually sure what that's called. But I know in some video games I used to play in my childhood about like samurai and daimyo and stuff, they would make that noise. So I'm assuming it's some kind of traditional thing. Ooh. Execution is just letting England down a bit there. Just out. Only half a meter in it. England look a bit rattled at the moment. Yeah, for sure. 4 finals have been played that didn't feature New Zealand. The total number of tries scored in those matches is 5. No way. England have one of those halves reset at halftime. Hopefully Eddie can say something to them. Crazy cold in Nebraska, is that right? It's been mild in Auckland, as it usually is. England might have played their final last week. That was all the talk before this game in New Zealand. Have England played their final against us? That maul's a bit messy. They might not get the ball out. Oh, they did. Jeez, that was a miracle. I thought that was dead to rights. Oh, Armour's just dropped the ball cold. That's taken a bit of the pressure off. And now it looks like Faf has given away a penalty. Why didn't the English play this bad last weekend? It's just one of those things, week to week. Well, let's talk about England playing the final last week was BS, but now you starting to think otherwise. Still plenty of time to go. Smart Sports Connection is what? The All Blacks are a menace to themselves because they usually win, but World Cups are different. That's the thing about World Cups, man. You only lose one game. Like a lot of teams on their day can beat the All Blacks. And last week's one was pretty convincing. Who's looking strong? I would say over the course of this half, definitely South Africa. But when England have actually gotten down the South African end, they've looked very threatening. But it just hasn't been all that much this first half. Anyway, we're almost half an hour gone. They've just gone like 7 phases. And South Africa's 22. They're about 10 meters from the goal line. The phase counter on Spark Sport is stuck. It was on 6 for many phases. Oh, they're only 4 meters out now. They got advantage. Oh, Youngs has just run straight back into the traffic. Man, how many phases is this? They've lost count. Oh, Billy Vunipola just got put back on his butt. South African defense has been impressive, but eventually they're going to go back for this penalty. Unless they can score. Far out. Back to 3 meters. Billy Vunipola is like 2 meters away. Jeez. They're only a meter away, England. The phase counter, which went up to 6, stopped counting. They've lost it. It must have been, if not 20 phases, at least something close to it. They're spinning it wide. Oh, wasn't the best pass to Watson. LaRue's got him. I think he's going to go back for the... Is he even still playing advantage? It's been so many phases since he called advantage. Oh, 54 phases. It feels like it, man. They are still going. Great defense, indeed. He's still playing advantage. He got the arm out, unless it's a new advantage. Johnny May and Colby's got him, but what an offload. Tuilangi. Oh, they finally knocked it forward. So back for the penalty. Jeez, that was huge. Solar Banana. Do I look like Bill Beaumont? Do you think I have the rights to show you the game for free on YouTube? No, bro. I'm sorry. That's not a thing. I did put a line in the title to say I'm not showing the game if that was a clue. That was a long advantage. Was that just one? I know some like it seems to go by distance, but I'm not sure if it can also just go by time. It feels like once you get close to the goal line, they never end the advantage. And that was the case here. I'm going to update the whiteboard in just a second. Here we go, 6-all. 3 points for all that effort. South Africa will take that, but it's still so tight. 5 minutes left in the half. What's a good morning beer? I've never thought about that. Something light, I guess. Not light necessarily in terms of your alcohol content, but something which is not too heavy feeling. Guinness, a Pilsner. I think this half is kind of starting to balance out, eh? It was all South Africa, but England, when they've looked down the other end, have been very dangerous. You don't think the penalty advantage is too long? Yeah, knock-on advantage is pretty short, and then penalty advantage can take a long time. Like that was one of the longest advantages you would have seen. But it doesn't happen that often, I would have thought. VPN to the UK, watch on ITV for free allegedly. It works, but most places have got this game free. Most countries, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, the UK, France, have all got this game free. I'm not sure about North America or South America. If it's a country that doesn't have the rights to the World Cup, it's just free on the Rugby World Cup website or World Rugby's website. Ireland have it for free, that's right. Yeah, I did a video on it. It's free most places. Even Russia has this game free. There you go. As much as I hate England, I do hope they win. South Africa number 9 caused so many fights when playing Wales. Yeah, those number 9s do like to cause a bit of a fuss. It is true. Just join, give me a quick update. All South Africa to start with. England have scored both times they've been down in the South African 22 and applied a ton of pressure. South African defence held. South Africa lining up a third penalty. Well, they've missed one, so a fourth penalty shot. Free on cable in the US. There you go. Argentina only on ESPN. Okay. Not free on the US. Channel 10 is ahead of Fox Sport. Is that right? 38. Pollard's got that one. Still no tries. Too early to go to a pub. Is it ever too early? Well, at my age, it probably is. Only a minute left in this first half, guys. It's still anybody's game. I think, apart from the fact that it's been a wee bit more expensive than we thought at times, the scoring plays have certainly been the way we expected. But oh my lord, Lukanya Arms just got a big line break. Oh, the Daily knock it on. So they're going to get one last try. Not try, as in like one last attempt. They will have a scrum. And maybe a penalty. Finished work, got home in time, but it's a close game. Yeah, man. Enjoyed the first half. It's flowing. It's definitely been better than I expected. Like the media here, anyway, were kind of making out that it would be pretty dreary. All the historical stuff kind of pointed to the fact that it would be lacking a bit in entertainment, but it hasn't. Oh, there's the scrum advantage. Is this going to be an advantage over? They've already gone like 20 meters. Oh, no, back for the penalty. Which one's CCCTV? South Africa's been the better team across the half. Yeah, for sure. Their set piece, especially their scrum, has been dominant. So that always helps. China. Is it called CCCTV now? It was just two C's when I used to live there. He's got it. Wow. Wow. Okay. We are halfway done, people. No tries. But it's been a pretty good half. Pretty intense. Add communist to the title. Okay. Are you going to make a team video on the team of the World Cup? Like a dream team? I will. The trouble with that is I like to have the stats to back up my thoughts because there are some guys that I haven't considered that maybe their numbers are fantastic, and then other guys who I think did well, but actually their numbers don't back it up. So the stats gathering is going to be a manual process because the ones provided on the World Cup website collectively for the tournament are a bit crap. So I will have to go through all the games, copy and paste those into Excel and play. So that's going to be fun, but it'll be fun to get the result out anyway. What do you make of Jerome Garcia's riffing? Yeah, he certainly missed a few things so far, but I guess to be expected. What is the penalty count at the moment? Let's have a look. Halftime stats, always important. Where's my pen? Is this England's bad game of the tournament? Halftime stats. Run meters. 77 for England. 190 for South Africa. But England have actually managed more possession, which is surprising, and more territory. I guess that time they were camped for all those phases started to add up. Man, tackle stats. England are at 92%, 44 out of 48. South Africa, 93% with 79 out of 85. So South Africa have had to do the bulk of the tackling. Penalties conceded 6-4. Let's just check the knock-ons. Knock-ons are 4 apiece. Clean breaks. England have just had the 1. South Africa have had 3. Stats are from ESPN. They're actually surprisingly good for rugby stats, man. South Africa uses strength and power to win matches. If they're working for them, they use even more strength and power. Fair enough. England should be happy they're only behind by 6. Good even game with the low score. ESPN is the best stats for everything. It's amazing. Yeah, they must put a lot of work into it. Like Rugby Pass has got a few good stats as well, but sometimes they're wrong. They do more, but sometimes they're just straight up wrong. I don't know where they get them from. South Africa is playing rugby. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're at 190 run meters, I don't think anyone expected that in the first half. I use ESPN to watch New Zealand cricket at the moment in the USA. Is that right? Didn't know they would show it. Hello, Shane. This Irish beer is almost done. Top 5 players for Red Bull Cup so far. Oh, it's hard. I have to think about that, man. I would have to think about it. Dressed like Where's Wally? It's just a Japanese jersey, man. So Rassi switched up the tactics. Yeah, it was funny because he was just saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have to play boring. It's just the way we have to play." He is a sneaky dude. He's smart. He is just smart. You remember the stories about him? He used to sit on top of the stadium, like when he was with the Cheetahs, was it, in the Curry Cup? Guy used to literally sit. He had a little box made for him on top of the stadium, like the roof, not where the people sit, so he could get a better view. The guy's next level crazy. Mind games. Indeed. Rugby genius he is, man. Rassi is sneaky. Autistic level of genius from Erasmus. Yeah, he's just a very deep thinker, man. And you do come across people like that sometimes. While at the Cheetahs, he used to use the spotlights to signal game change. Is that right? No way. Differences in Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere rugby. That's interesting because there's differences between the Northern Hemisphere teams and the Southern Hemisphere teams. You look at Scotland and then you look at Wales, they're not playing the same game. You're going to be streaming the Six Nations game now. Oh, that'll be tough. The Six Nations ones are kind of dependent on the time. Like a lot of those start at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I think, maybe 4. So if it's like 4 in the morning, maybe not. If it's 6 in the morning, possibly, but I might have kids running around, so we'll see. Weather in Sweden is cold, but pub is packed with box and English. Is that right? Even in Sweden, huh? Did you place any bets on the final? I don't think I have any bets left. I know I put a bit of money on it a long time ago, but not on the final itself. I tried to predict it like a year or 2 before the World Cup, as soon as they opened the betting. Many expats, nice. Okay, that's very cool. What commentary have I got? I got the Spark Sport one. Spark Sport. Fantastic so far. I'm sure the South Africans are enjoying it a fair bit more than the English at the moment, but there's still 40 minutes to go. Thank you for the streams. No, man, it's been really fun. I only did the first one kind of not by accident, but it wasn't planned because the New Zealand streaming service stuffed it up. So they put the next games on TV for free. So I thought, oh, while I'm watching on TV, I'll try streaming. And it seemed to work. So Scotty Stevenson annoys me. Yeah, I used to like him a bit more, but maybe I've had enough of him at the World Cup. Don't know. Nerves are shot. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I'm a neutral for this one. We'll see how these guys come out in the second half. In an Irish pub full of Saffers and Brits, great vibes. Nice. A lot of you guys watching in pubs today, eh? Somebody said that in one of the comments. The only place to watch a Rugby World Cup final is at the pub. Oh, I need to write the halftime score. What minute am I on? It's halftime. For those of us who have kids and can't get to a pub, this is kind of a surrogate. Yeah, that's true. I was never going to be able to get to the pub. Way too many experts at the pub. Yeah, that's true. I got $25 on England. By 5.5 points. Okay. Worried he's going to pull in Italy and go for uncontested scrums. That would be a cunning move because that's one area they're getting punished at the moment. Watch Rassi change the game plan now. I wouldn't be surprised. The guy is that kind of smart guy, but Eddie's no slouch either. Not really into rugby, trying to study for a uni exam, but it's hard not to be hyped up while the rest of the fans are losing it. Yeah, that's the thing about World Cup time. It gets even the neutrals into it, or the people who aren't that fussed about the sport. No streakers yet, not that we know of. They never show them on the TV. And Japan jersey was a good choice indeed. They've hosted a pretty good World Cup. Very unfortunate about the typhoons, but it's been good to see them really getting into it. The attendances have been really good. Seattle Seawolves are playing the Mako in January. Is that right? That's amazing. Aussie commentators talking about how Round could start on any team's roster. The guy is world class. I can't wait to look at his stats once I compile them. Funniest streaker was at the snooker. I think I might have seen a YouTube video of that. What a sport to streak snooker. Did you see the photo of ALB? I did. I showed it to my wife. And she was like, oh my lord. Then I tried to show it more and she told me to turn it off. This game shows how well Wales played against South Africa. Yeah, indeed, man. Ooh, our second half is about to get underway. Extra 2 balls on the table. Right, we are underway. Pollard's just returned it from the kickoff. And England are going to kick it right back. Pollard has called for a mark. England have a serious problem in the front row. They can't be given those penalties, man. It's true, but I don't know. Once you're on the wrong side of the ref at scrum time, it's hard to get yourself back in his good graces. Well, Carl Sinkner's looking all right on the sideline, but he'll be so disappointed. Any subs? Mostert's on. I can see that. Malherbe's still on. Vermeulen's still on. No team trailing at halftime has ever come back to win the final. And in all but one final, the margin was less than 10 points at the break. Wow, that's a phenomenal stat. But there's a first time for everything. Cruz is on for Laws. Okay, good spotting, man. Oh, yeah, there he is. So they're coming on quick on D. That is their thing. I think they lost momentum when they lost Sinclair. It's hard to say because he went off so early. But it's just like of all the positions you don't want the guy to go off within the first 2 minutes, it's probably one of your props. Because those guys, I mean, some of them can go 80, but a lot of them go 40, 45, 50. To go 80 is another kettle of fish entirely. And England have eventually tossed it into touch. Do you think Italy should get automatic qualification for the World Cup after what happened? Well, they ended up finishing third in their pool, so I guess they do. South Africa's never lost a final. Gotta love the South African defense. They're not giving any room. It's true. All right, here comes Vincent Koch and Stephen Kitsoff for South Africa. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how the scrum goes with the changes. I mean, not that Koch and Kitsoff are any slouches. They're very good, but it's a change, so we'll have to see. Will be as my last one of the World Cup collection is this Samoa bottle, which I need to finish. This is it. Last one. Last Rugby World Cup beer. And the South African scrum is still really pushing forward, and it has won a penalty. No change. Change the props, but no change to the result. And they're going to take a shot.
Teammates at Saracens, not teammates tonight. Looking for a turn to get momentum for the Springboks. They just need to be down this part of the field, and if they get a scrum, at the moment, the penalty will be time. Can we just enter this equation problematically for England? You still got France staying on the bench. You're chasing a game.
Penalties conceded at scrum. England 4, South Africa 0. Scrum looks like England are playing without studs. They are going backwards, it's for sure. Pollard with the kick. Oh, he's got it. $15 points to 6. Now that's beyond a try, so pressure is really on England here. Not as many donations this week. That time the All Blacks lost, people were giving me all kinds of tips, I guess, trying to ease the pain. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that. But still, let's open the Samoa beer before the game finishes. See if England can get the next points to bring it a bit closer. But right now, South Africa are looking pretty good. How many of the New Zealand guys who played in the World Cup won't be playing in Super Rugby next season? Quite a few. Reed, Ben Smith, Matt Todd, Sonny Bill Williams, the list probably longer than that. Did you buy beers all along and figure out how many you needed? No, bro. It's an absolute fluke. An absolute fluke because I've been just doing 2 per game, and it's a total fluke that I still had 2 left for the final game. Just a fluke. The final in 2007 was 15-6 in South Africa. That's. I hope we get more points before the game is over. What happened there? That one, it looked like Kitsoff went down first, and yet they still got the penalty. No worries, April. Hope you and Liam are well. All right, well, that's a bit of good play from England. They managed to sack that maul and didn't just get the turnover, so they'll have a scrum anyway. Scrum. Yeah, more scrums. Irish commentator saying South Africa have planted a seed in the ref's mind about the scrum and now they are winning everything. Sometimes I think that legit happens. Ford is off. Changing things up. I've predicted 21-18 to South Africa. Why are they taking out Ford? I guess they have to change something up. England win a scrum penalty for the first time. Right. Is that going to be a turning point or is that a one-off? Since Michael Vunipola has gone off. Wow. That was on wheels, that one. More scrums equals more South African fun. Well, Farrell's lining up the shot from the resulting penalty. Crowd has gone silent. Is he going to get this? Yep. I was going to say straight over the black dot, but not quite, but still pretty bloody straight. Back within striking distance. Will there be a try before this game is done? What do you guys reckon? Probably no. It would take a moment of magic, you reckon? Yes, says Nathan. Let's hope so. No, says Viable Solutions. Similar to Ennis 1995 World Cup final, says John. 2 tries. Within the final minutes, maybe. Who's going to win? I'll be interested to see how the next scrum goes. That may decide who's going to win. If South Africa get another scrum penalty, then I think it'll probably go South Africa's way. But if England can start winning some scrum penalties, they might get back into it. They've just won one at the breakdown. Oh, snap. Was that Curry? That's a couple of quick penalties, people. It didn't help that Pollard slipped. The pitch is looking pretty tatty. How much longer is left? I actually didn't see the clock just then. They're showing replays, so there is no clock. Yeah, 53 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock. Raining in England. It's not raining in New Zealand, man, at least not in Auckland. Similar kick to the last one, this. Joel Morris, thanks for the content throughout the World Cup. Bro, you're most welcome. Thank you for coming along. Appreciate it, man. I hope you are enjoying the game. There's only a bit of the World Cup to go. We're almost done. Here's the kick. He's missed it. He's missed it. It's raining cats and dogs in West Java. Okay. Well, they do say West Auckland is either raining or about to rain. Big moment indeed. They both missed one, so it could be pretty costly. We haven't heard from Ben Skeen yet. What's more likely? We hear from Ben Skeen in the TMO's box, or we get a try? Or is it a try that gets denied or approved by Ben Skeen? Oh, Daly's had to put that out on the wrong foot under pressure. Australia, they wish. South Africa will have an attacking line out. Who missed the penalty? It was Pollard. Momentum has turned again. Yeah, it's only small moments that can make the momentum shift, mate. Whoa, what a pod. That's a maul that's just been set up out of nowhere. That was a deliberate move. Colby, we haven't seen him running the ball enough this game, that's for sure. Titarangi, that comment about West Auckland feels true. I don't know who told me that. I don't know if it is true or not, but Auckland does rain a fair bit. English commentators are starting to sound anxious. Well, this will be kicked surely. Yep. It's back to a 9-point buffer. Did you read about the 6 kg burger? If you ate all in 9 minutes, you would win $515. And it's enough calories for a week. That's the kind of thing that it sounds like when you eat it, you end up dying or having a heart attack or something. So I'll pass on that one. I was too busy writing, but I see England have got a penalty. What happened there? Vermeulen, catch. England take him out as soon as he hits the ground. Oh, was that for marks for like sealing off? Yeah, 6 kgs. That's huge. WWE, nah, I didn't. I don't watch it. I used to watch it when I was a young fella, back when it was like the Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan, and Jake the Snake, and all those guys. But that's a long time ago now. Got it. From the camera angle, it looked like it was really tight, that one. It's definitely a different final from 2015, that's for sure. I don't know if we'll see many finals like the 2015 one again. It is indeed kick for kick at this point. It's a bit soft. Sneyman is on. Don't know why I turned the game on in like the commentators. Have South Africa ever won the World Cup by scoring a try? They have never scored a try in a Rugby World Cup final, nor have they conceded one. This one is true to form. Joel, we can't let this game end without a try. Cheers, man. At this point, I would say without a try, seems likely. Unless it's going to be an absolute moment of magic, because any advantage seems to be going back for the penalty and then nothing happening. John says, just one try, please, please. I can't see it, man. But there's still 20 minutes left, so there's definitely time. "20 minutes to go." England just won't go away. Well, they're still within touching distance, and if they're still within 7, they're going to give themselves a chance. That's just the way it goes. Joel says, prepare to see G-Man cry. Over 1,000 viewers if South Africa win. I wouldn't be surprised, man. That'd be quite the moment for him. Oh, what's happening here? The AR's come in for something. And it's a penalty against England. Oh, Watson took out Mapimpi. Yeah, that's probably a bit dumb. Silly. Yep. I mean, that's reminiscent of last week where Sam Whitelock pushed Owen Farrell in the face. It's like, come on, man. You can't be doing that. Buy yourself one of those beer dispensing hats. Yeah, I'm sure they sell them online. Is he going to get this kick? No, that's a second miss. It seemed like a bit of a bad strike, that one. And the New Zealand commentators were like, the way Pollard is kicking, he's just going to kick everything all day long. $53 meters. Yeah, I guess that is tough. You got to strike it pretty much perfect. Front Stain, anybody? He would have kicked it. 59 with the angle. There you go. That is a huge kick. Oh, South Africa got that ball. Both of them seem to get it. Daly and Pimpy both grabbed it at the same time. And then I guess Pimpy had the better of it. Don't mention front stand to the Lions fans. Whoops. Is it exciting? Well, it's tense. There hasn't really been any massive moments where somebody's beaten like 6 defenders and gone in with a try assist kind of stuff, but yeah, it's been a chess battle kind of thing. Tense and boring. Is that even a thing? Like, I would usually rather watch a game which is like this with 6 points difference than a game which is like 45-0. That's just me. What do you do after the World Cup? Next big tournament on is Champions Cup, so that'll be on my agenda. I'll do a bit of post-World Cup stuff, but yeah, mostly Champions Cup for the time being. Super Rugby's on the horizon as well. It never stops. England are back on their own 22. They need to clear it, but they ain't got much time. 15 minutes left. I guess in the scheme of things, it's lots of time. That's enough time to score a try. Six Nations as well. Yeah, that starts in February. It's not too long. I don't know how many live streams I'll do because the time zones don't work quite as well as Japan, but I will see. Thunder in West Java. It's dead quiet here. Whoa! Try time. First South African try in a World Cup ever, and it's Mapimpi who is their top try scorer. Is that a game? I think that's the game. What's Ben Skeen going to do? Surely he's going to ask a question about something. He hasn't done anything so far. Guy says he's got somebody in his ear. They're going to check. Flex. I guess that's because of a try. Cheers, man. I can hear Ben Skeen. He's got that sound on his voice to say this ain't going to be awarded. Are they saying that pass is forward? That one's flat. Is it backwards out of the hands? It doesn't matter if his body is in front of the ball as long as the pass is out of the hands. That's the best angle. Yeah. 66 minutes.
Scores the first try for South Africa in a World Cup final. There's a brilliant try. We've got a 66-minute score. But who offers it the best game of the tournament tonight with ball in hand. Mark Humphrey. He's done all.
Vladimir says try time. Yeah, man. Cheers. We got there. I didn't think it was going to happen. Try time, and it's converted. I love that the whiteboard in just a second. It was going to take a moment of magic. Man, look at Rassi. Holy sugar. Right, whiteboard. G-Man is very happy. No doubt. That was a hell of a try. That was a try worthy of a World Cup final. Holy sugar. Yeah, man, I've got kids. I'm accustomed to saying that when I'm around them. God knows what that's going to make them think sugar is, but anyway. Oh, Colby was so close with that. He read it, just couldn't quite catch it. What happened, April? There was a try. South Africa scored a try. 25-12 with 12 minutes left. It was a hell of a try. Ben Skeen checked it and he didn't deny it, which is amazing in itself. Deliberate lock on, no way. He was trying to catch that for legit. Happy for a try to be scored, says Nicholas. And what a try, man. Absolutely. Cheers, man. Thank you. Skeen hasn't ruined it. Yes, Skeen did not ruin it. But England are on attack. Watson down the right wing. They're only more than 7. That's about 7 meters out. England need to score now. They need to throw it around. Giving me Where's Wally vibes. Someone else has mentioned that as well. Oh, England have knocked it on. Amazed by your dedication and commitments to present a really great channel for the World Cup. I appreciate that, man. It's been fun. It's been really fun. They're going wild in South Africa. I bet, man. Like I mentioned in the last game when the All Blacks played England, like the fat lady hasn't sung, but she is warming up. DJ Taff, Squidge 2 cents G-Man collab for 2023. That would be nice. South Africa, UK, New Zealand connection. Getting together in France, maybe, if we're all still doing this in 4 years, for sure.
Anthony Watson limited to 27 minutes in this game. Johnny May limited to 37 minutes in this game. The guys who can't push the minutes all tournament.
Why haven't you got the English shirts there? Both these shirts are waiting to be worn. Do I still think I'll be doing this in 4 years? Good question, man. I don't know. I've been doing it for like 2. So it's been good so far.
Jonathan Joseph takes the field. Johnny May will head for the sideline.
Who scored? It was Mapimpi that scored like 5 minutes ago. Looks like the cup's going to stand to the Southern Hemisphere. It looks like it, man, but it'd be a hell of a comeback to come back from here, but 10 minutes, a lot can happen. They're going to reset the scrum. That'll take another minute. New Zealand beat South Africa. South Africa beat England. All those top teams are pretty close. I guess that's one thing about it. 4 years I've been working for an analyst from the big broadcasters. I kind of hope not. I do like the freedom of being able to do whatever I want, and I can work from home and stuff. So, although I still have to go to my regular job, but it'd be nice if I could do this more from home. And go less to work. Look at 10-14. Yeah, they took the mainstream route. I don't think Spark Sports done the 10-14 justice, man. I don't know what their view counts have been like, but they haven't been well promoted, it feels like, anyway. In Japan, and no bar is showing the game. Are you serious? No way. Merge the hobby and job. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get the Patreon thing going because that's kind of more steady income. Whereas, like, YouTube's really fluctuating. Like, World Cup time's good. Non-World Cup time is not as good. I mean, it's all still good. You can't complain. They give you ad money. Eight minutes left. Pull out on Mapimpi for man of the match. Oh, true. They'll probably go with Pollard because you always go with your 10, don't you? It just always seems to be the way to go. But, I mean, it probably should be one of South African props with all those scrum penalties. But it'll never be a prop. $20,000 subscribers, 10% of them, $1 a month equals a win. Yeah, that's true. But right now I've got like 25 people on Patreon, so can't quite resign from the old job yet. Colby's going down the wing. He's busted a tackle. Oh my lord, that's good. That's it. That's it. Holy swear word. Man. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. It's done. It's done. Wow. Colby is a monster. He is a monster. For such a small guy, that guy is just bloody amazing. It was Slade, Loose carry. He beats Farrell. And that's it. Wow. I mean, kind of like last week, where the All Blacks were just beaten by a better team. I think that's where we're at this week. The South Africans have just been too good. Man. 32-12 is a pretty emphatic margin at the moment. Wow. Joel, G-Man is crying. That's awesome. Tears of joy, I'm sure. What a game. It's come real good. Oh, if not for the bounce of the ball there, Mpimpi could have had another one. Colby and I were in the same high school. Is that right? Four minutes to go. My neighbors are screaming, full of happiness. Oh, nice. Tuilangi's just knocked on. Vladimir says, South Africa deserved the scoreline. They sure do, man. It's amazing. Yeah, this game is... I didn't see this scoreline, man. I thought it was going to be much closer. Wales beaten by the Rugby World Cup winners. I can take that. Wales got closer than this. Wales got close. But it just shows you the difference between a week from week, man. Then Wales get on to a bit of a hiding the next week to the All Blacks, who got a hiding the week before. After Clerk's gone off, so Hershey Yankees will get 3 minutes of World Cup final time. That guy's come a long way in a short time. Why does this happen every 12 years? South Africa does every 12 years. Yep. Every 12 years. Drop goal. He's missed it. Two minutes left. South Africa, man, what a final. Look at Rassie. Rassie's smiling. Where's the shot of Eddie? Oh, they're already engraving the cup. Yep. Wow. The Boks are officially back. That can certainly be said. They've been back for a while. How good is it going to be to see Khaleesi lifting the cup, honestly? I hope that makes a lot of news around the world because that guy, he always speaks so well, like at the press conference stuff. He's so humble. We like that in New Zealand. We like humble and like respectful. And Rassi speaks really well as well. He's always very respectful. Cheers, Jax. I appreciate it, man. It's been a good World Cup. What a win in the end. 32-12. That is just... yeah, phenomenal, really. Too good. The England team, which dismantled the All Blacks the week before. Always found Eddie Jones to be a bit of a smug so-and-so. Indeed. Like, if you watch a Rassi press conference or an Eddie one, I mean, Eddie cracks some good jokes, but Rassi is just a genuine, seemingly like a really nice, smart guy. So, always a pleasure to watch. Eddie is not smiling now, is he? Nope. John, so happy right now. Thanks, man. Past few weeks have been a lot of fun. I appreciate that, bro. Cheers. I hope you're having a good one. That's it. Well done, South Africa, man. Totally deserved. What a performance. If you're going to play a game in a final, that's it. Man. 32-12. Emphatic victory. I cannot wait to see Khaleesi lifting the cup, man. Honestly. Fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, South Africa a couple of years ago weren't looking anything like this, but geez, that was impressive. Far out. Good game indeed. Worthy of a final as well. And a kind of explosive start, bit of tentative chess stuff, and then South Africa just bam, bam. And those two tries were phenomenal. So, yep. From 57-0 to champs. Exactly, man. What a turnaround. Amazing. France staying 2 World Cups. What a gap as well. Jeez. All right. Fantastic. Yeah, appreciate that. The channel has been going really well over the World Cup. It's sad that it's over, but what a game. So awesome stuff. Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Cheers, guys. It's been a good ride for the whole World Cup. One more review to do of this game, and then I guess a bit of a wrap up. Oh, look at Trevor Nyakani. He's crying. That guy is such a gentleman as well. But yeah. Take it easy, guys. I'm gonna sign off here. I'm gonna get the board ready, that board, and just watch all the post-match stuff. But yep, take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day in South Africa. Don't drink too much. Be responsible as much as you can. I know. Have a few beers anyway. But yeah, if you're from England, commiserations, but just on the day. South Africa just too good. But yep. Take it easy, team. See you for the next one. Cheers, guys.